Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in on this fine Thursday afternoon. You know what today is, right? Everybody in here, you know what day it is today, right? Right? It's draft day, and it's here in Detroit. As soon as I get done with this, I am going to head downtown to see what's going on. Tons of people are in the city. A lot of excitement. NFL experiences down there. They're going to have the draft tonight. It should be a lot of fun down here. Little cold, it's 50, 55 degrees, and it's going to get a little chillier when the sun starts to go down. So, but it's draft day. Go Lions. Scott, you can't need a drink already. It's too early for that to need a drink, Scott. Hopefully everybody's day is doing well. I cannot complain. Sunny day here, draft day. It's so strange for me and my Lions. Normally, this is like our Super Bowl day. Normally, we're talking about, well, who are we going to draft? This is last couple of years, few years, last 20 years. That's all, we talk about the draft. Who are we going to draft? What number 1, 2, number 3 pick we're going to get? This one, we're getting like 29th pick overall. So we actually have a pretty good team. Last year went to the NFC championship game. So yeah, it's big day here in Lion Country. I see your favorite couple came in talking about go Cowboys. Yeah, growing up I was a Cowboys fan. Here lately, no, not anymore. Let me run and see who's in the chat. Destination Fun, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here. Bone Tired, thank you so much for stopping in. Mike Clock Family Adventures, welcome in. Thanks for being a member, Mike. Thank you so much. Controversial Cruising, thank you for being a member and also being an outstanding partner in crime on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We do a Cruise Talk Live. Scott says, need this work shift to end. It's almost over. Have that drink, maybe a double. Griswold Family Vacay, welcome in. Thank you for stopping in. Your favorite couple, again, thank you. Even though you're a Cowboy fan, thank you so much. Jennifer from Embarkation Nation, welcome in. Thanks for being in here. I was tempted today. I almost canceled this show just so I can go down to the draft. It started at about noon, where they opened the gates, so to speak, to the experience. And I said I should go down there, but I know if I got down there, stopped at a few bars, I would never make it back in time. And I want to be down there when they start making the draft picks anyway. So I'm going to go down there. Parking, it was outrageous. I mean, they were to get anywhere near, you're looking at over $100 for parking. They're suggesting we have it's called like a people mover. It's a rail system that goes just like a loop around the downtown area. So find you a spot, park, hop on a people mover, and then hop off and enjoy the experience. Looks like a lot of fun. News cameras been out all day. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun down there. Let me do one thing real quick and hit this go live on Instagram before it'll have me on here for a few minutes before it cuts me off for some reason, one reason or another. If you have not, there is a poll up. So if you have not connected or answered the poll, which cruise line do you prefer? Royal Caribbean, Carnival, NCL, or Virgin? Just let me know. From the title of this, I think you can see that I'm probably heading to Carnival. I've always been a Carnival fan, and I'm going to list my reasons why. Last week or the week before, I was on my first Oasis class ship, which was a very nice ship. I loved it. And if I was just starting out again, maybe I go Royal. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Scrolls Nest, welcome in. Megatron Campbell says, don't be surprised if the Lions don't make a pick today. There's been talk of that. They're picking 29th. If they trade out, if they trade out of the first round, I wouldn't be too upset. Brad Holmes, he has been great as far as collecting talent. I cannot knock the guy. The last draft we had, it was incredible. So in Holmes we trust. So if he decides to trade out, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Cruising with the 4Bs. Welcome in on the Instagram side. Appreciate you being in here. So if you don't mind, hit the poll. I appreciate it. We are going to go by why Team Reese, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in here, my friends. Why I prefer Carnival. Just got off the Royal ship. Love the ship. And it was an old ship. It was 2009, and it hadn't been updated. I absolutely love the ship. I would compare that Allure of the Seas. I would compare that to the Jubilee any day of the week. Mardi Gras celebration. I would compare that ship to any Carnival ship out there, and it was made in 2009, 2010. That's how far I think a Royal is ahead in ship design. So, but with that being said, one thing about Carnival, and I've been cruising since 1990. Don't somewhere around there. It's been a long time. And Carnival, every place you look, Carnival has a ship. Look at all the ports. Carnival, whatever part of the country that you're pretty much in, New York, East Coast, Florida, Texas, Alabama, West Coast, Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Carnival has a ship there. So the ease of getting on a Carnival cruise is special, and you can't knock that. You know, if you're going on some of these other ships, who knows how long of a commute you might have to get there, or the one ship they have cruising out of a port. Carnival has ships in more ports. Well, they have more ships probably here in the United States than any other cruise line, and it just makes it a lot easier. And one thing that most people can't argue with is the vibe of a Carnival ship. There's nothing like the vibe of a Carnival ship, from my opinion, and that's from 1990. Now I was a lot younger back in 1990, but the vibe was vibrant. I mean, it was alive, and it was party time, and everybody's having a good time. And Carnival has that down. You can't get a more uh, upbeat attitude on a cruise ship. Ken goes cruising. Welcome in, Ken. I appreciate you being in here, my friend, from across the pond. Um, you can't beat a Carnival at the atmosphere that they provide. Sellaway party, get out of here. Carnival, hands down has the best Sellaway party. Not saying the other ones are bad, because they're not, but Carnival has the Sellaway party down, and the people come on. They're not pretentious. They come on to have a good time, and it shows. As far as what I see on a Carnival ship, when I walk on a Carnival ship, I feel like it's family. I've been doing it a long time, and it feels like family, and everybody has a smile on their face generally. Um, and I just love it. Marjorie, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in here. Good afternoon to you too, Marjorie. So that's another one of the reasons why I choose Carnival. You feel like there's somebody, an old friend inviting you to a home, and when I go on Carnival, that's what it feels like. Carnival also, I think more than any other line, makes you makes kids, or they put up the welcome mat for kids. And I know a lot of cruise lines, they have little areas for kids, and Royal has an area for kids, and MSC has an area for kids. Carnival puts out an a love for kids that most cruise lines don't, and I love that. Back when I started cruising, and I had kids, and that meant a lot to me, and it stuck with me how well they treated me and my kids in the different clubs that they had for the kids. I went on Royal this past couple of weeks on Allure, and it was one of those things you had to sign up for. And then if it was your child was under 2, now the ship holds 6,000 people, but if your child is under 2, you make a reservation. But if you're under 2, they only have spots for 8 people. So now you got everybody anybody who had kids under 2, they had to kind of like space it out. And well, 8 o'clock time is taken, and now I got to do the 9 o'clock time, or the 5 o'clock time is taken. And it was just really tough on my daughter. And Carnival has never been like that. Hey, you got kids, bring them down, and we got them. We got them. Betty, I am here. There was an accident, and I had to film it. Police chasing car and big accident. Yeah, got to get that content. So that's one of the things that I love about Carnival. They've always made me feel at home. They've always made my kids feel at home. The ships aren't as flashy. Yeah, I'm talking about some of the newer ones. They aren't as flashy, but I absolutely love it when I'm on it. And I'm going to get to it later on. If I was taking my family on a one time a year vacation, that might change, the way I think about which cruise line I choose. Ken goes cruising. How does Carnival compare to MSC as a family cruise line? I think Carnival is better. I think it's more they're more accepted on Carnival. There's a ton of kids on MSC, but they don't seem as friendly. Now, I didn't have any kids that go to the kids club, so I can't tell you, what the kids said about the kids club or anything like that. The blah blah blah. Seashore had a great water area for the kids, and I believe it was like indoors. So they MSC has some pretty nice ships. A lot of Europeans on there, and there's a clash of heads as far as culture. Uh, a lot of times, but MSC it wasn't bad, and they had kids on there, and they seemed to be having a good time. But just I don't know, it just seemed like there's more kids on Carnival and more kids. It seems like it's more fun for the kids. Some of you adults, I know you hate that, but for me, the kids don't bother me. If I want to get away from the kids, I go to the adult section. I get away from the kids. I want to go to the casino. I get away from the kids if I want to get away from the kids. And having them run around and making noise, it keeps me young. I think it keeps me young. Ross, Orange Cone Vlog, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here, my friend. Orange Cone Vlog. After a long day of sitting and training, this is a very welcome stream to relax to. Thanks, Bill. Oh, Ross, thank you for being in here. Elisa, welcome in. Welcome in. Everybody's saying hello. Najuma Brown, welcome in. Thanks for being a member, Najuma. And Marjorie, if I didn't say it, thank you for being a member also. Ross, thank you. Also, as I said, I always got to get better at acknowledging members. So that's for me, family means a lot. And I had such a great time with the family. And no, I didn't spend all my time with the family. And yes, they were late to dinner. But being with family and watching the grandkids and my kids, even though they're older, have fun and watching the families, because you're talking about my daughter's husband's side of the family. They're there, daughter's friends and things like that, and everybody blended in together and having fun. That was great to see. The silent party on Allure was great. I always want to travel with family. I think, and even my daughter said that if we planned another one of these, that she would probably choose a Carnival ship. And again, that's not knocking Allure, not knocking Royal. It just we've cruised Carnival a lot, and they've always reached out to us as far as families, and it was a little different. And having to make the reservations, and for the kids clubs, you couldn't make the reservations until you got on the ship, and by then the good 8 spots that for my grandson, well, she didn't get on till 1:00, so all the good times were gone. So it became a struggle for her if she wanted some downtime away from the kids. Well, at least for my grandson. And she did. She wound up not many times getting away from the kids. She didn't mind, but I think there were a few times that she wanted to get away. But the grandparents were there, so that she could get away a little bit. But Carnival, I think Carnival does that better. I, for one, I went to the Windjammer. Windjammer is, and I'm skipping over like the boarding process. I think both of them have a great boarding process. I personally don't like Royal, where you have to book everything in advance. I don't like it. And only thing that's going to do next time and I'm still going on another Royal cruise ship. The only thing that's going to make me do is book everything and then just not show up. The shows, you have to book them ahead of time. And I don't like that. Carnival is first come, first serve. You get on the ship, showtime is at 7. Doors open up at 6:30. I go get in line at 6:15. So 6:15 is, I stand in line 6:15 to 6:30 and go in there and have a drink and wait for the show to start. Royal was not like that. There were times where at the last minute I wanted to go to the ice skating show, sold out. I just happened to walk by. Half the people didn't show up, so I was able to walk on in. I don't want to have to plan my day like that. The Aqua show, everybody showed up, so people were trying to get in, couldn't get in. So I prefer not having to plan my day, a month ahead of time, and that's me. And MSC is like that too. MSC had some shows where they had a show that you had to actually pay for. It was maybe like $7, but you got a drink with it, so it wasn't bad, but you had to pay for it. And I'm not used to paying like for your shows. I'm not. They had free shows, but this one particular show, which was like a musical show, nothing special, something you would see on the Carnival ship or Royal ship, you have to pay $7. A smaller theater, you had to pay $7, but you got a free drink. So I was going to buy a drink anyway. So yeah, it worked out. But just there's a few differences, and Carnival, I don't know. Carnival is more straightforward. Will G, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here, my friend. He's like 30 days to cruise day. Trish the Natural, thank you for coming in. For those that have not, if you haven't answered the poll question, make sure you go back and answer the poll question for me, because I'm just curious what your favorite cruise line is, if you have one. Some people don't have one. Some people haven't been on a cruise. So I'm just curious as far as what people their cruise lines are. And if you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit that like button. It's supposed to help with the algorithm and all that other jazz, YouTube jazz. Armstrong. Oh, I'm sorry, Armstrong. Adventures. Why didn't you have Viking, Seabourn, and Regent listed in the poll? Yeah, I assume most people haven't been on those, the higher end ones. And for me, I don't know. I don't want to go high end. I don't want to. For me, going on a cruise is vacation, and I want to be relaxed. And when you start going on the higher end cruise ships like that, people get pretentious. They the dress code. I want to go to dinner. I want to go dinner in some khakis and a collared shirt, and they'll look at me like, "Oh, you're so underdressed. Why would you want to come in?" I don't want that. I want to be able to relax and enjoy myself. So I don't necessarily want to do the high end vacations. That's me. And Royal, I always had that kind of opinion about Royal. Royal was a step up, and it probably is. But they weren't bad. MSC wasn't bad as far as that. All Aboard Travel and Cruise, welcome in on the Instagram side. Appreciate you being in here. They weren't bad on that, but Carnival has always welcomed you. Actually, I would like Carnival to, and I'm a stickler for like wearing hats, men wearing hats, to dinner. I prefer don't wear a hat, don't wear a t-shirt, wear a collared shirt and pants to dinner. That's what I would like to see men do. Carnival will let you get away with a little bit more than most people. Team Reese, no bougie cruises, Bill. I don't plan on it. I don't want to. When you start getting bougie, they do a lot of things, and Royal is getting like that. They start changing the prices on you, and it's like, well, if you have to ask, how much something is, well, you don't belong on this cruise. Yeah, I'm gonna ask how much something is. Elisa, that sounds like fun to me, but that's why it's so great to have so many cruise choices. It is, and you pick and choose your lines. And I got to admit, if we're talking If we're talking just ship wise, just the ship, nothing else, not the food, not the shows, um, not the entertainment. If we're talking just ships, I move, and I've only been on one Oasis class ship. I love MSC ships and Royal. I mean, and Royal, those two are neck and neck. MSC has the most beautiful ships I've seen at sea. Haven't been on the Icon. I've seen the Icon. The Icon is just big. It has everything. But as far as like fancy, the MSC, Meraviglia and Seashore, it almost made you want to dress up for a formal night. I mean, the ships are just so beautiful. Just so many areas to take pictures. They would make you want to. And Carnival has a more relaxed atmosphere. And when I go on vacation, I've always pretty much been like that. When I go on vacation, I go to relax. I don't go to try to keep up with the Joneses. I don't try to impress. I want to sit there, have a decent drink at a decent price, and enjoy my vacation. Royal, they have Royal. They would be higher on my list, but they're building some ships now. But they're starting to charge you like Viking, Seabourn. They're starting to charge you like that. Those prices are not cheap anymore. You're making life decisions when some of these Royal ships. You're making life decisions on what you're going to be doing. If I had a family and we only could do one vacation a year, I would go all out. I mean, I could see going all out, doing a Icon of the Sea, a one of Royal's new ships, and doing that, and breaking the bank a little bit for that. Not too crazily, but I could see doing that for the one vacation a year. And I don't do that. I try to be frugal with my money. And for me, especially like now, so Allure of the Seas, Royal, they had a rock climbing wall, they had a zip line, they had a flow rider, which is like a boogie board. You get on like a wave and you boogie board, you surf. They had that on board, and which is incredible. I mean, to have that kind of stuff on board is incredible. And they have other things. They have I forget what it's called, like one of those air machines where you sit in and the air keeps you up. You're flying like you're free flying. And they have a lot of stuff. For me, I don't do a lot of stuff. I'm not doing the flow rider. I'm not doing the zip lining, at least not on the ship. So I don't need that. I need a comfortable place to sit and enjoy the cruise. And Carnival provides that. Carnival, they call themselves trying to keep up with the Joneses, and they put a roller coaster on board. I did it once. No, I did it twice. I did it on two different ships. And I don't think I'd ever do it again. You had to pay $15 for 2 laps. You had to pay for it. I don't think I'd ever do it again. So that roller coaster on a new ship that they always talking about, you can keep it because I'm not doing it anymore. Ken Goes Cruising. Hi, guys. I'm on my phone, so I can't tag anybody. Ken Goes Cruising. He's from the UK. He said hi to everybody. Blanket hello to everybody. Controversial Cruising. I think the Islander will change your mind. I can't wait for the Islander. The Islanders, I think, and this is Margaritaville, which I'm going on June 14th. I think the Islander is going to be right up my alley. I believe the Islander is going to have everything I need. Some live music venues or shows, comfortable seating area. They have a decent price for the drink package. The drink package was like $59 for all you can drink. You can't beat that. On Utopia of the Seas, your Royal, it's $110. Oh, check back every day, then maybe it'll go on sale. So I prefer just give me a straight up price, like, and kind of like Carnival does. Here's your price, $59 a day. Here's your drink package. So I think the Islander. I think I'm gonna love it. Let me go down here. Make sure I'm caught up with everybody. Everybody saying hello. All in my world. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, I caught it live. Hey, what's up, Bill? How's it going? Everybody's saying hi. Kingo's Cruise, Oceana are very relaxed, no formal nights, and so much included in the fare that when you add air and excursion costs, they are good value for money. If you like destination-based cruising and food, and for me, a lot of that has to for me doing solo cruises. That's more kind of what I'm into now. I get torn because I look at some of these newer ships, the Icon of the Seas, being a solo cruiser, it's hard to justify $6,000, $5,000 for a cruise, a 7-day cruise. It's tough. Trish says no roller coasters for me, land or sea. Mike says you and Z rode the roller coaster together, didn't you? Yeah, no, he couldn't make the weight limit. So I hear. Will, together we travel. Welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate you being in here, my friend. Event yours. Welcome in. Thank you for being in here. What drink are we going to make today, Miss T? Karen, welcome in. Doof doof. Doof doof. I got it right. Karen, did I get it right? Welcome in. So yeah, so I don't Carnival just they just make me feel at home and comfortable. And Oceana with no formal, I could go with no formal night. I really could. One thing with the Carnival with newer ships, I I like more to snack, like all day. I'll get up, maybe have a little breakfast, and then a dinner. Hold on one second. I like to wake up, have a little breakfast, snack until dinner time. And Carnival has lots of food options on their newer ships, especially like the Excel class ships. Excel class ships for Carnival are ideal. Uh, I was looking at different cruise lines on YouTube, and I'm like, and I got what FOMO, fear of missing out, and I'm looking at the roller coasters and the elevators and the rising tire bars and all these things, and I'm like, Carnival should have that. Carnival should have that. And when I got on Allure of the Seas, I realized I realized that I'm not missing it really. I really don't miss it. Carnival did one thing that sold me on the Excel class ships, and that is they have an adult area where they have a swimming pool and hot tubs. Most of these cruise lines have an adult area, but they don't have a swimming pool. They have hot tubs, but they don't have a swimming pool. And I love having the idea of having a swimming pool, especially if it's not really crowded. Everybody's speaking. Event yours. I want to do Virgin, and I could see how I would like Virgin. Virgin doesn't have all the amenities that Royal has either, but they do the cruising part right. It looks like. Again, I haven't been on it, just like looking at other people's videos, but they look like they do it right. I really want to do Virgin. Virgin, however, is more of a well, it's not more of, it's a adult only cruise line. It's adult oriented. So if I do that one, I need to take a date because I wouldn't want to do it solo. You probably could. There's just like any other cruise line. There's tons of solo activities for any solo cruiser out there. I've never not met anybody on a cruise. I've never not met anybody. Some I keep in touch with, some I don't. Virgin seems like it was a little over the top, and it would be fun to have somebody there with you. I was disappointed, and I'm going back to the food on Royal. I was disappointed in some of the food on Royal. The Windjammer was okay. They had plenty of options, but the food was cold, and that was my biggest complaint with the food. I really do like they have somebody out in front. They make you go through like one entrance to get into the Windjammer, and they have the sinks there so people can wash their hands. So I like them guiding people to wash their hands. People are disgusting people. Everybody said hi. I heard the food on Virgin is very good. It looked good, and I heard it was good. And it's not you don't have as many people, so it's probably easier to make food for fewer people. So I do want to do Virgin. Event yours. No drinks today, saving my liver for Saturday's tasting. Karen says, I am about to get ready for my day. Off to the zoo with one of my girls. 7:35 a.m. probably there. Oh, that's early. Regina Davis, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in here, my friend. And Emerald's baby. Emerald's was good, but I'm talking more about without paying for it. Emerald's is a upcharge restaurant on Carnival. Royal had too many upcharges, or too many of their restaurants were upcharges, and it felt like they were always trying to charge you a little bit more, a little bit more. Oops, hold on one second. My messenger. Oh, gotcha. I have the best moderators in the world. I do. Thank you, Betty. I spoke to Karen Doof Doof, but I didn't acknowledge her membership. Thank you, Karen, for being a member. Good looking out, Betty. Normally, I wonder why my messenger, I have Facebook up over here. I wonder why it didn't pop up over here. Usually it pops up on my screen over here. Keisha, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here, my friend. So the food, Carnival's food on the Excel class ships, I really enjoy, and it's right up my alley. And they believe in meat and potatoes. They have salad and stuff like, but meat and potatoes, that's for me. For somebody who doesn't cruise, another benefit to Carnival, and this is probably the main one. You can't beat Carnival's prices. You can't, for what you get. You can't beat Carnival's prices, and I haven't even got into the casino deals or anything like that yet. But their prices, they do a really good job as far as trying to keep prices down. And if I had a family and I was trying to take them on a cruise, Carnival would be one that I would look into. MSC, it's a European company that's trying to get in over here in the United States. So they have some very good prices also. They're still trying to learn. They're still trying to get Americanized. So some of the things that you just won't get, and they don't understand, and they ask for your input. So they want they try as hard as they can, but just some of the things they're just more when you get on board. Uh, a lot of Europeans come from overseas to get on that cruise line. So I heard a lot of um, you know, foreign languages, and not just from the crew. No, a lot of foreign languages, which doesn't bother me, but it's different, especially if you're not used to it. And sometimes we don't understand the cultural differences. You know how we may want our personal space, their space may not be as much. We may want to shake hands, they may not shake. I mean, just certain things, eye contact. So certain things that we do here that other cultures don't do. So it's different. Doesn't make it worse or better. It's just different. But you know, to me, you can't beat Carnival. I don't know, Scott. I don't know about that. The one ship didn't have ketchup, so I didn't understand that. It was a chore to find some ketchup, so I don't know the story behind that. Hey, Laura, welcome in. Carnival is hard to beat, but I do like to mix it up occasionally. I would definitely. I'm going on other cruise lines, and I do appreciate a lot of it. Um, MSC. I'm telling you, MSC. If you have not tried MSC, try MSC. Go with an open mind. Try MSC. Beautiful ships and a great price. I loved it. Elisa, that is true. Carnival is a very good value for your money. There, cruising is going up in general. Cruises are going up, but I think it's still a great bargain, especially like Carnival and MSC. Royal has gone like through the roof with their newer ships. It's they're out of their mind for some of the prices they're trying to charge. Q Creations, thank you for being a new member. Thank you so much. Hold on, I think I have something for. Uh, hold on. Let me do this. Let me do this real quick. Take that off, and now do this. Q, welcome in to the family. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Uh, it means so much to me, and as I say, it's a way of supporting the channel, and you'll be able to get the content. A lot of times on my videos, I put them out ahead of time for new members to see, or shorts, or a lot of unedited videos. A lot of unedited videos, because when you see my videos, it takes a lot of work to do some editing. You want to find out how much work it takes? Tune in for me and Betty Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. May 1st. We're going to be talking about YouTube, and we're going to be talking about editing. And editing takes a while. I mean, it's probably one of the hardest things about YouTube, doing YouTube. But Q, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. So prices. Another thing, and what time is it? We got about 15 minutes left, and then I got to get out of here and go downtown. Did I tell you the NFL draft is here tonight? We got moves to make. People, we got moves to make. You know, this is busy time here in Detroit. The casinos, Carnival's casino takes care of you better than any casino out there. Whether it's MSC, if you reached 1,500 points, and I don't quite know at what point, or I'm sorry, or how many dollars it takes to get a point. But if you get $1,500, I'm sorry, if you get 1,500 points, they contact you. Supposed about getting discounts on their cruises, but the discount was like 5%, 10%. It was whatever it was. There wasn't a whole lot to it. Royal was some ungodly amount to get 1,500 points. I think for a free cruise, it's like 2,600, and it's like $5 per point. So it's some ungodly amount. Carnival, if you go into a Carnival casino and gamble $200-300, you will probably get some great casino deals. And if you reach 1,500 points, and it's about $2 for 1 point, so it's if you spend $700-800, right, roughly there, $600-800, uh, they'll probably be sending you offers for $100 cruise, $100 onboard credit, and they take care of you like no other cruise line. Uh, and let me scratch that. They take better care of you than NCL. I've only been on one, but I never heard anything back from them. Royal, it's just tough. I couldn't get enough points because I wasn't going to spend $3,000 trying to get the 1,500 points. And MSC, they weren't bad, but they just didn't give anything. And maybe we're still. It's been a few months now, and I still haven't really heard anything about the discount. So maybe later I'll still hear something, but right now I haven't heard anything. Where was I at here? Elisa, to the chat. I enjoy your oh, this wasn't Lisa. Q Creations. Elisa is grooving high. Y'all into the chat. I enjoy your content and keep up the great work. Oh, hope you're talking about me, Q. Thank you if you're talking about me. But Lisa also has great content. She was just live today. Or no. Yes. No. I saw it. I didn't watch it. I saw it. Destination Fun. I'm surprised you aren't at the draft. Destination Fun. I'm on my way down there. It's going to be crowded. It's going to be very expensive. Parking is going to be very expensive. Betty, I am Betty J Gathers. Yes, filming you on my vlog and showing Colin food. He is having yellow rice chicken. Colin, her dog, eats better than I do. He would not have got this younger. Got to get the content. I worked on YouTube 9 hours yesterday. Yikes. That's straight. 9 hours straight. Nettie and JT, welcome in, my friends. Thanks for coming in. Q to Betty. I'm starting to vlog and working in 4K in my working in 4K is my new headache. I've been filming and editing events over the past 20 years. Oh, nice. Well, I got to learn stuff from you. You posted the vlog. I'm going back to watch it. I just already put it in the queue to watch for later. So I'm going back to watch that, Alisa. Trish, it's a blessing and a curse because you start looking at things and trying to get things to line up and how to cut out, certain parts. And some people think, some videos are over edited. I try to take as many of the flaws out as I can, but it is what it is. Carnivals, casinos. We're gonna get back to the casinos. Again, they take care of you, and they have specials where you can win prizes. They all do. Carnival seems to have more of like the hot seat where they random drawings. If you earn 100 points and they put your name in a drawing, and you might get $20 or $100 of free play or things like that. Carnival is always taking care of you. And if you gamble, let's say you do gamble and get 1,500 points. A lot of times they'll give you at least a bottle of wine. So when you go to dinner, they'll at the dinner table they'll bring a bottle of wine to you, or sometimes if they haven't had many. Whoops, let me get rid of that. If they haven't had many, gamblers, they'll give you a dinner for you to go to the steakhouse. So they take good care. At least they take good care of me. Betty, I wish I had the time. I have been asked to teach classes, but that's a job itself. YouTube is a great teacher. It is a great teacher. We talking about casino perks. I cruise NCL because of my local casino, but Carnival is not real. Carnival is real generous. My December 2023 cruise was 6 days, $500. OMG! Carnival is really generous. There, if you gamble, I don't gamble at land based casinos anymore. Maybe I will look into that because if you're saying that, and you're not the only one. So I think Embarkation Nation, they said that they gamble at a casino where they got a free cruise out of it. I try to spend my money, my gambling money on a cruise ship, because if I'm going to gamble, I'd like to get a cruise out of it. Oh, it was a balcony, $500 for a balcony. Nice. Carnival will be my type of ship with my pickiness. I don't know, Betty. Betty, you're kind of bougie. You might be up. Yeah, you might be above Carnival. Too many kids running around, little brats. Yeah, I don't know, Carnival. Betty. People, all the men running around in shorts, during the daytime. You might, yeah, you might be Oceana Seaborn type of gal. I sent your picture to my son and said, see if he can find this guy tonight at the draft. Ah, okay. Just look for the old man with the beard. Who knows? I don't know how. I won't get anywhere near the stage, so I know that's packed right about now. Oh, celebrity cruise line. I forgot about Betty. Maybe you might be a celebrity cruise line. Ross says on call with Sean will be back soon. NCL gives 20% off for my level, and occasionally I get free interior rooms 2 times. Just pay taxes and port charges, and that's what Carnival does for me. But Carnival, they'll do it on their newer ships too. Carnival has always, taken really good care of me, and that's why no matter what cruise line I may cheat on Carnival a little bit. Shh, don't tell Carnival. I may cheat on them a little bit, but I'm always coming home. Daddy's always coming home. Carnival, I'll be there. Because they really do take good care of me, and I do. I get tempted by the shiny shoes, the little shiny items of these newer ships. But when I start looking at these prices, Regina Davis, Celebrity is my favorite line overall. I haven't done Celebrity yet. I've heard great things about it. I've heard great things about Celebrity. Celebrity, is that the Ascent? Ascent, is that their new ship? I think it is, and I really want to do that one. I really want. I'm gonna cheat on Carnival with Celebrity Ascent. Um, what does Betty say? Hold on, jumped on me a little bit. I think the food thing would be a problem with me. I cannot do food. I cannot do a food line. I know you can go into a room and they will serve you. Yeah, you can get food. You you can sit down. You'll find food to eat, Betty. Keisha says I have some friends doing a group cruise on Celebrity in February 2025 for 2,500 for 2 in a Terrence cabin. See, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I mean, for us people on fixed incomes, that's a lot of money, Keisha. Yes, Ascent is Celebrity. I do want to do Ascent. I really do. Only been on Royal doing NCL and Carnival for the first time this year. And I have no problem with NCL either. I had First of all, I have no problem with any cruise line. I'm going on Margaritaville at Sea, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy myself. I'm my It doesn't take much to make me happy. You really should. It's a whole vibe. I gotta try that. See, Betty's look how I'm telling you that price is high, and Betty's saying, "Wow, that's a great price." We don't we're not in the same club, Betty. Um, my thing, and I'm gonna close out with this, and this is truly where Carnival has me, and it has to do with the casinos. I tell you about my gambling. I tell you about my gambling, and I gambled on Royal, nothing. And my points didn't even add up to nothing on Royal. I gambled on MSC, 5% off, 10% off, nothing. Carnival, older ships, smaller ships, not ships that aren't as appointed as nicely as some of the other ships, but they're letting me take $2,500, and I don't know if that included taxes or anything like that. $2,500. Carnival is giving me they're giving me cruises for pay 200 and get $200 on board credit. So basically, you're getting a free cruise for gambling. So let's say it costs me $200. How many cruises can I take at $200 for 2,500? Now, granted, Terrence cabin, which is probably a very nice cabin, 7 days. Would you rather go on a cruise for 7 days, or would you rather take 4 cruises for the same price, 5 cruises for the same price? And I'm not talking about like just here, people. You could fly. I'm doing a 29-day cruise, $200 on board credit, 29 days. You show me Royal matching that, and I'll switch to Royal. You show me the MSC matching that, I'll switch to MSC. I'm gambling the same amount on the cruise ships. Carnival is giving me, that, and I feel like it's a great bargain. I'm doing a 16-day Panama Canal cruise. Same deal. $200. It leaves it leaves Seattle, winds up in New Orleans. You have to go through the Panama Canal. So it's $200, and they give me $200 on board credit. That's the final straw for me as far as what cruise line. Even though I get tempted by the shiny dress, the green grass of looking over at the Icon of the Sea, Wonder of the Seas, and all the other newer ships, the Celebrity Ascent. At the end of the day, we wind up in Cozumel together. At the end of the day, we wind up in Bermuda together. And I did it for a lot less. Now, if I had only one cruise to take with my family, yes, you might have me there. I might have to bite the bullet and do the 2,500 for the family to have the nice room for the 7 days that they had the one vacation for the year. I'm taking my 4 cruises, and I'll see you there. I had a balcony room the other on MSC. I spent 7 days. I think I spent 15 minutes on my balcony. And that was it. I don't spend much time on the balconies. I don't spend much time in a room. MSC, I think I ordered room service one night. The pizza was disgusting, so I didn't enjoy it. Regina, you gamble. You gamble a little bit, Regina, and I'd say between $600 and $800. And if you win, you keep playing it back and get up to about 1,500 points. You'll get these deals. Ross says I got a great deal on Carnival, $435 with port taxes, fees, and gratuities, $200 on board credit, and $250 free play and free drinks. I forgot, Ross. Thank you. I forget about the free drinks in the casino. I've never bought the drink package because I get free drinks at the casino. Now it is a pain. I could pay $80 a night for the drink package and get drinks anywhere on the ship that I want, or I can walk through the casino if they're open, grab me a drink for free. I, my good people, I cruise. Me cruising, I spend very little money. That very little money, and that's why yay. If you see me like on a cruise, and it's like, man, he's on another cruise. That's why they hey, here's a free room for you, Bill. Have at it. I'm on it. It might be an interior room. How much money are you spending to get your Carnival points? $600 to $800. Yeah, destination one, $600 to $800. But if I go on a Royal cruise ship, $600 to $800, I'm paying that just for the privilege to cruise. I went on a 4-day cruise on Allure of the Seas, which one of their ships from 2009, 2010 with no updates. I spent $1,100 for a 4-day cruise. Carnival, that cruise right there, that cruise would have been $350. And we're talking about like anybody getting a $350, the $350 price. So the difference in that, you gamble, and now you're cruising you're in Tampa. You could live on the Paradise if you wanted to, because they'll be giving to you free. That you can just go down there. I wish I lived in Florida sometimes. It's a cruise life. Welcome in. I'm gonna get ready to get off here, people. But that's the gambling, the cruise offers that I get from Carnival are insane. Are insane. And I've gambled on Royal. Nothing. MSC, 5 or 10% off, whatever. It wasn't much off of your future cruise. So that's it. That's why I love Carnival. Keisha, you pay big for the first cruise, gamble or ship stores, and you get great deals there on out. I don't shop much at the stores. I heard Royal keeps track of it, like what you pay, maybe MSC. I don't shop. I don't buy much as far as I really enjoyed Royal's private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. I really did love that island. I just signed up for a VIFP card with Carnival and didn't give them my casino card info from other casinos and got this deal. They try to get you in there. You could do that. I can tell you, maybe we'll do that for another day. There's a site, UR Comped, the letter U, the letter R, Comped, COMP. It might be COMPED, Comp or Comped. If you gamble at other casinos, you might qualify for some free cruises. Nettie and JT, I'm retired. My husband isn't for cruises. I may have to cruise by myself for 2. That's what I do. That's what I do. I literally cruise by myself, because when you're traveling solo, you have to pay for 2 anyway. So I pay. It's $100 per person. I have to pay $200, but then they give me $200 onboard credit. Carol, the girl miniature, welcome in. I appreciate you being in here. If I didn't talk to you earlier or speak to you earlier. Q says, this reminds me of the cruises that sailed on the Icon. The price was worth 4 cruises, but they said it's still worth the experience. I don't know. I know it's a beautiful ship, but I could have went on 4 other cruises. 4? I mean, that ship would have to come home and paint my house for me or something. 4? Even though I understand a nice ship, Carnival, that has my opinion. You're probably looking at MSC or Royal, probably Royal with their brand new ships that I haven't been on, because those ships look fantastic. Then MSC, then Carnival. Carnival don't have the best looking ships. Keisha says I cruised 4 times in 2023 on Carnival and spent less than four grand. Right, 4 times total, and that included taxes, fees, and gratuities and excursions. I love Carnival. Right, and what do you want to spend money on? That's 4 cruises, and what do you want to spend money on? Trish has to go. Bye, Trish. Thank you for getting ready for class. Make sure you get a straight A's tonight, Trish. Elisa, the pizza was the best thing they had as far as food. The main dining room was decent, but as far as like the buffet, other little restaurants, the pizza was some of the best pizza at sea. Sorrento's I thought was really good too. Bill, I hope you enjoyed the draft. I hope so. Again, we're drafting late, so I don't know who we're going to get, but I think there's some talent in there. I think Holmes knows how to pick out the talent. Sit in the casino for a minute and get a drink, leave. The problem with that is it takes them 15 minutes to bring you a drink. So that is a problem. I wish you could just go up to the bar and get it. Some ship where they had it where you just walk up to the bar and get your drink. Keisha or Orange Cone Vlog. Keisha, I never cruised with Carnival and got a great deal. Keisha, I don't gamble, Bill, but Carnival sends me casino deals all the time. Take advantage of them if you can, and you don't have to gamble that much. And you say you haven't even gambled, so all in my world. So do you use a Carnival credit card? Now I've never done that. I prefer, if I'm going to use a credit card, I'd use something that'll get cash back I use anywhere instead of just on Carnival, even though I do a lot of Carnival cruises. I usually book a year in advance and pay overtime with a firm. I can't justify the cost of any Royal Cruises anymore. I can't, Ross. I'm with you. Google and Rob, welcome in on the Instagram side. Appreciate you being in here, my friends. We're just getting ready to get out of here. I can't justify the cost of the Royal Cruises, and I hope Carnival doesn't follow suit. Carnival may be my new ship after Royal Caribbean to New Zealand next March. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, everybody, it's draft day. Go Lions. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rah, rah, rah. It's draft day. I got to get ready to go down here to the draft. I'm not going to get anywhere near the tent or whatever where they're drafting people at, but I'm going to go down here and try to get some of the experience from this ship or from this event. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. Google and Rob. Detroit who? Detroit Lions, baby. We had a good year last year. Don't go back 2 or 3, 4, 5 years. No, not the Bears. They're arch enemies. But in NFC Central. The Bears, I give you. You just can't beat the Lions. Google and Rob. KC, baby. Bear down, Chicago Bears. You got the first. You guys got a lot of picks. You guys are gonna. You should do well if you have a good general manager that can find talent. You guys should really have a good draft. Lissette, thank you for coming in. I'm getting ready to get off here. I appreciate you coming in. Everybody, thank you for coming in. All my mods, I'd like to thank you for keeping me safe again. All the members, thank you for being in here. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. I am going to get ready to get out of here. And as I always say, at the end of all my lives, people, make sure you stay strong and embrace the journey. And I will see you on these YouTube streets. Oh, scratch that. Hold on. Don't go. Tonight at 7:00, Controversial Cruising is having a match game. So no, Thursdays. He's having Thursdays. So make sure you check out Thursdays, Controversial Cruising with Jimmy, the Astute Tourist. So make sure you check him out. And with that, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody.